once my boss sold to an investor group, it became a numbers game. Started asking my wife, I think I'm due a career change. And she's like, well, what are you thinking? I'm like, I don't know. I like barbering. I'm that person that like, I don't know if I'll love it every day.
Yeah.
Because it's a hobby.
Right.
But she goes, you won't know until you try it. If I'm not here every day, something's going to happen. If I'm not here every day, we can't take every sale. If I'm not here present, and steadily training my mind to think it's going to be okay. I've been fortunate and blessed to see some people come in our shop. But like I was telling you, like, if you're a celebrity, if you're a athlete, or if you're just average Joe, my treatment's still going to be the same.
Welcome to the Biz Life Podcast. I am Donnie Bedore, your host. We are here to talk about the business life, not the busy life. So today I have someone very special to me, is actually my barber. All right. Ben, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Donnie.
The last name?
Gamboa with a G.
Gamboa. Yeah. I was going to say that. I just hate screwing up people's names.
You're fine.
Yeah. Ben Gamba. So, owns Founders Barber Shop and also the other company with the beard oil wax.
Barba MGP, or Barba Men's Grooming Products, is part of our product line that we carry at the barbershop.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love the smell of that stuff.
Yeah, we do 3 different scents.
Yeah.
Beard oil, beard wash, and beard bombs. And
nice.
Thanks for supporting and wearing it on the beard.
That's right. Got to get my, it's important to me.
There you go.
Hey, so anyway, hey, thank y'all for watching, tuning in. This is going to be a great episode. Man, stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, share out, all those things that help build up the channel and all that stuff. So, yeah, let's dive in. So first, let's get the audience warmed up on, who you are, where you're from, and family, kids, stuff like that.
Yeah. My name is Ben Gamba, owner of Founders Barber Shop. Me and my wife, who's also my business partner.
Okay.
And best friend and wife.
There you go.
All the above.
Yeah.
Helped me start this business back in 2018.
Nice.
We did a local barber shop here in Burleson, Texas. Mm-hmm. We've been in business 6 years.
Nice.
Formerly 2 locations downsized to 1 location.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can talk about that later or whatever.
Sure. We can dive into that.
Yeah. But me and my wife, 2 kids. My son, Mason, he is 7 years old. And my daughter, Jasley, is 4 years old.
That's good ages.
Family of 4. No more. Boy and girl, we're done.
There you go.
And so, I've been owning a business for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Been entrepreneuring for about 6 years.
Yeah.
So, been at it and just taking care of business, with life, with family, with all the above. But thankful and appreciative to do it every day. And also thanks for having me on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I was going to say actually before we started was what I love about your business. And it goes a lot with some businesses are like this. For yours, you get a lot of walk of life people that come in.
Oh, for
right.
Sure.
And you get conversations every single day. Someone comes in, you get conversations, right? You got your almost like a little mini podcast going on, right there at the barber shop.
Yeah.
And I really like that because you get to touch and inspire many, many different people, right? As you're just conversating with them.
Yeah. That is one part of a rewarding thing of being a barber. You get all walks of life, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, people that, and I joke around like this all the time, but, as a barber, anything, they pretty much have a contact for anybody.
True story.
Plumber, electrician, you name it. I have contacts on my phone of just all walks of life. They're customers, now became friends, and are repeating, clients with their kids that come into the shop. And like you have mentioned, we're a family-oriented business. So kids and dads and moms are welcome at the shop. And we get all walks of life. I love catering and serving to our customers. Yeah. From all different sorts of styles and backgrounds, but it's awesome working and doing what I get to do every day.
Yeah. So let's dive in. What did you do before y'all founded Founders?
Yeah. So I used to be in the medical field.
Oh, okay.
I did formerly almost 9 years in orthotics and prosthetics.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I used to this company named Baker Orthotics and Prosthetics. I was hired on 18 right out of high school. I wanted to go to college, but not too sure what I wanted to do. Yeah. I wanted to work with my hands, but not too sure again what I wanted to do. Yeah. at that time, my older brother was working for the billing department. He says, "Hey, they're looking for a technician." I was like, "What does a technician do at an O&P facility?" He's like, "Well, they help make the devices." I'm like, "Well, what's devices?" He's like, "Everything from prosthetic legs to orthotic braces to shoe inserts to you name it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no experience.
Okay.
They're like, "Well, why don't you apply?" Well, the worst thing is no, and you tried. So I went and applied, and I did that, and sure enough, obviously I used him as a referral, and they were pretty content to hire me with no experience. Say, "Okay, well, we can train you.
Sure.
And if you like using your hands, well, we'll see how you do."
Yeah.
So I did that for almost 9.5 years. Really rewarding as well, seeing someone get back their life, getting them up and on their feet again, walking. And what was really rewarding with me, which I've always enjoyed working with my hands. So to make something from, a sheet of plastic and create a mold and create something and customize it to, for example, they just say you came in, customize it to your legs, dimension, sizing, and have you walk. And then they put it on, it fits like a glove, and then they're crying tears because they haven't walked in 4 years or 3 years.
Wow.
So that was really, really awesome. And that was my favorite part of the job.
Yeah.
But once my boss sold to an investor group, it became a numbers game.
Yeah.
I mean, healthcare reform in 2000, what was that?
2012, 13, 14, something like that. Yeah.
When Obamacare started coming in, a lot of healthcare reform started happening, a lot of budgets, expenses, all that was happening. So reimbursement started sucking, and owning a small business as my former boss used to own, he had to sell to a bigger company to survive. And in that company, it just became a numbers game. I had to meet thresholds, numbers, and I still enjoyed what I did, but I just didn't do it to the full capacity of like, okay, this ain't fun no more.
Yeah.
If I put a brace on, you're like, man, it hurts. That doesn't feel right. When I walk, I feel pinch or I feel this discomfort. I can't lie to someone and say, well, that's how it's going to feel.
Right. Yeah. No kidding.
And especially the one that made it.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, that's what I did for almost 9.5 years.
Okay.
But really rewarding. Got to work with a lot of cool people. Got to see a lot of cool stories. Met a lot of people with different lives and backgrounds as well.
That's pretty cool. And so how did you come across that you wanted to be a barber?
So I always cut hair, which even in high school, I cut hair.
You know what's funny? Like in junior high, I used to cut hair for a couple of guys. They'd come to the house and, just shave the sides or whatever.
That's pretty much what I did. Yeah, that's all I did. I didn't know really how to do straight razor work. I didn't know how to do beards. I just knew how to do simple haircuts.
Yep.
And I would cut buddies from school, or I'd go to their house, or would cut in the garage, or come to my house. We'll cut you in the restroom. And but I just never thought it'd be a career, because back in 2008 and 2007 and 6, those years, haircuts were like $12-15.
Yeah, true.
So I was like, well, it's a fun hobby, but I don't think I can make a business or a living out of it.
Right.
But once I decided to leave the orthotic and prosthetic company and in the medical industry, it was like around 2015, 2016, I really started thinking. I started asking my wife, I think I'm going to do a career change. And she's like, well, what are you thinking? I'm like, I don't know. I like barbering. And she goes, well, you're good at it. You like it.
Yeah.
That could be a path to go on. And I said, yeah. I said, but I don't think I'm going to love it doing it every day. I'm that person that I don't know if I'll love it every day.
Yeah.
Because it's a hobby.
Right.
But she goes, you won't know until you try it.
True.
So I was like, you're right. I won't know until I try it. And
why is it always our wives that, it's like, how'd you know?
Yeah. It sure is clarity and common sense since day one, since I've been with her on some topics. I'm like, you're right. I went to get information from barber school, how many hours it was going to take. Could I do that part-time while working? Okay. And started the journey from there. And that was in 2015.
Yeah. And then, so you opened your first shop in Burleson. I don't remember when.
2018, January.
Okay, 2018. And then from there you expanded to 2 shops.
Correct.
One in Fort Worth and one here. Very cool. So in the early stages, if you can remember back then, whenever you first started, right, what were some things that you were really concerned about, and maybe something that surprised you in starting your first business?
So something that really concerned me was just like, as everyone thinks, will I make it? How can I make it?
Yeah.
What possibly can I do to make it? And the only thing I kept remembering is, again, going back to my wife, thankfully, she's an accountant. So she's a numbers person.
Nice.
She said, okay, if we opened in business and you cut so many haircuts and you stay this busy and you did this many clients per week, per month,
Yep.
and let's just say a base rent was this much, could you clear overhead? And I started thinking, like, she's showing me the numbers. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can definitely clear those numbers. I got more clientele than that. You know, I think the number was like, if I did 28 or 30 haircuts a week,
Okay.
I could clear it. But
Yeah.
that's the part I didn't know was like, okay, once I found a concrete number that I could beat, in my head, I was like, I'm going to beat it.
Yeah.
No matter what. That's what I'm going to have to do. But the uncertainty part was location, what's a good spot.
Yeah.
I even had thought of Old Town at that time, which was Old Town Burleson, which was, you know, still not what it is today.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it was expensive. But I thought, well, there's no parking here.
Yeah.
And the first shop that I used to ever work at had no parking. I heard every day, the parking here sucks. The parking here sucks. I can't get in and out of here. I wish I'd come to you, but the parking sucks.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to make that mistake from that business owner.
Yeah. Sure.
And so, yeah, I just, once I moved into Burleson, which is in 2017, I saw, it was just a Sunday morning. I was driving around and I just thought, that's a good spot right there. It's wide open. It got plenty of parking spots. It's not too big.
Yeah.
Depends on what the rent is. I could probably make it. And then from there, inquired, and the rest is history when, you know, we established Founders.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. And so the name Founders, right? Where did that come from?
Oh, okay. I get asked that a lot, but
Okay.
again, going back to barber school.
Yeah.
I was in barber school and it was lecture class. In barber school, I always had a lecture class and then a hands-on on the floor class, which would actually practice cutting and washing hair and doing all that stuff. But in barber school, the textbook, it was chapter 1 or 2. I forget which exact chapter was, you know, history of barbering.
Okay.
And it's talked about the founders or founding barbers that commenced from Egyptian era to 1800 era to, and I was really fascinated that barbers were back then surgeons / dentists / bloodletters.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why the barber pole is striped. The original barber pole was red and white.
Yeah.
Which was the bandages. And then the bandages of blood trailing around the pole.
Ah. So I learned something new.
There you go.
Nice. Okay.
And all that history fascinated me.
Yeah.
And then when they said, I was reading, it says the founding fathers, and then it said, you know, performed, and it listed all the services, and it says Founders Barber Shop. And I was just like, that would be a cool name.
Yeah.
If I could do some type of homage or to the pay back to the first founding people that did barbering. And yeah, I'm just, when I first opened my first shop, I had old school chairs, nothing but like 1950s or older.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had like 5 chairs that were like, you know, from the 40s, one from the 20s, and just classic looking models. And I had a guy in Grand Prairie that would do them, and they just weren't practically functioning everyday chairs. So there was something break on it, I had to repair it. So one by one, I replaced them. But that's how the name came.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And so thinking about whenever you went from one location to 2 location, what I like about this podcast is a lot of people that listen are either beginning in their business journey or, you know, they've been established for a while. They're looking to grow. And so what was the deciding factor for you going from one location to 2 locations? Do you remember, was there something that was like, okay, now's the time?
The momentum.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember just having a lot of momentum on my side.
Yeah.
A lot of clientele.
Yep.
At this time of thinking about 2 locations, the Burleson location was great.
Yeah.
Succeeding. Had, you know, 8 chairs in there, were occupied, we're busy. And then I was like, well, why don't I expand? And I thought about expanding into Burleson, another part of Burleson.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, you know, what should I do? Should I stay in Burleson? Should I move to Burleson? And again, so me and my wife decided, well, let's expand out of the market.
Yeah.
A different market.
Yeah.
Came Fort Worth.
Gotcha.
I was going to Quest Diagnostics, get some lab work from insurance.
Okay.
And I saw that spot open. I said, this spot's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, it has a for lease sign on it, and it's an empty shelf space. It has sheetrock, or it has, you know, just pretty much a good spot to possibly open.
Yeah.
And both locations have been just unintentional looking. And I just said, this demographic's great over here. There's a Costco, there's Hewlett Mall, there's a lot of shopping, there's a lot of, car traffic, foot traffic, a lot of people come in this weekend and shop around this area. So I was like, maybe this would be a good location.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, I went around the corner looking to whoever knew information about that. And I remember I found you. I went into, and you still hadn't opened.
Okay. I do remember that.
Yeah. Texas.
Oh my gosh.
Texas Black Belt Academy in Fort Worth still hadn't opened.
Yep.
You had the build out somewhat done. You had some flooring in there. You had mats in there. I think your son was in there, and I asked for, who's the owner of this location, and they're like, oh, it's my dad. And he's in the back. Pulls you out and like, hey, man, still the same old Donnie stuff today. Nonchalant, casual, really cool. How can I help you, man? I was like, oh, I just want to get info around this property. Like, oh, okay. We just moved in as well,
Yeah.
I'm asking you square footage and triple thread and you're this and that. But everything changes, variations of numbers because my locations and square footage.
Right.
But you gave me a contact.
Yeah.
A contact that I can go off of and get in contact with my realtor and put in play with them to see what possibly could happen.
Yeah, I remember that too. And yeah, so your shop is right around the corner from our martial arts school. And customer, client. Actually, I was going to the one in Burleson before you opened the one in Fort Worth too. So it's weird how that happens, right? But came my neighbors and
Small
came friends.
world.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cross paths, yep.
And, and so in business, right, we always think, I don't know, maybe we don't always think, maybe some think like this, that if I'm not growing, then I'm dying. And I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that sometimes we think, okay, well, I need like 20 locations, or I need 50 locations, right? But really when it comes down to it, we need what we need and we just need to do it well.
Correct.
We need what we need and we need to do it well. So it doesn't necessarily mean we have to have all these other locations, right? Because I have found some people that have one location or two or something like that, and they make a heck of a good living, and they're very, they just love what they do. Yeah. Right. And so I know you've gone from you went from 1 to 2 and back down to 1, right? If you don't mind, what was the deciding factor saying, you know what, I'm going to sink everything into the Fort Worth location, which is really your second location, right? And to close down the first one, right? Is there, what was the thought on that?
Well, there's several things that play into my deciding factor of downsizing 2 to 1. One was I was no longer living in Burleson. I was in Hudson Oaks / Aledo area, Parker County area.
Yep.
We had been living over there for a year. I was still running both locations.
Yeah.
Business was good on both sides.
Yeah.
Burleson and Fort Worth. But I saw Fort Worth picking up steam as well. Burleson was still staying steady. But I just thought opportunity, I ran 2 locations for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I had put managers in place and previous people in place. And in the industry of barbering, people come and go.
Yeah.
But the one person that always remains is the owner.
Yeah.
That leads the way and takes the initiative to keep running both businesses, which was me.
Right.
And I was sacrificing a lot of family time.
Yeah.
So I was running between both locations. Sometimes I'd work, Tuesday through Wednesdays at Burleson and Thursday, Friday, Saturdays in Fort Worth. And sometimes if they needed a barber in Burleson, I had to go back to Burleson. So just back and forth. And I just thought, this is kind of getting old for me because I was going back and forth, and I needed to just stick to one. And then I also just thought, I'm missing my family a lot. So I thought sometimes I wouldn't get home till 7:30, almost 8 from Burleson.
Sure.
After traffic and going west, and I'm like, I'd get home once my son started school. I'd get home to put him to bed.
Yeah.
And then just there's some things I get in business you got to sacrifice, but for me personally, sacrificing family time wasn't going to be something that I wanted to be okay with, because I just I'm going to miss my son's years growing up, the first, 4 to 6 years of him growing up, I'm going to miss it.
Yeah.
And I want to be the dad that still want to come home, play, show him how to ride a bike, show him how to throw a ball, baseball, that stuff. So I said, I can't do both. I got to decide one. Yeah. And so that's what I just really put in thought and thought, well, I'm fortunate to have 2. I'm blessed to have 2.
Yeah.
I'm getting to pick the locations closer to home, facilitate from home.
Yeah.
Easy come and go. And and so that's was the major factor. And then
that's pretty cool.
We were on renewal period as well in Burleson and one another 5 years. And I said, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
Just can't do another 5 years locked in. So that was just mainly the side factor. My family, wanting to spend more time with them and hang out with them. And do I regret the decision? No, not at all.
No, not at all. Yeah. And man, thank you for sharing that. Right. And so that's something as business owners, a lot of times we get caught up in this grind and this push, right. And usually the ones that suffer are the ones that are at home, right?
Yeah.
Kids growing up, things like that. And so what are, that led you to that decision, right? But and I sense that you were a big family guy, right?
I try to be as best I can.
Yeah, and that's what I love about you, right? You're about business. You like to have fun at work, and but then you love your family.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm a family guy as well too. And so I just really connect on that part with you, I think.
Yeah.
Ready to boost your business's impact? Fully Promoted Fort Worth is your one-stop destination for branding needs, specializing in branded apparel and promotional products. They help attract, retain, and engage customers. From custom uniforms to eye-catching items, Fully Promoted Fort Worth has you covered. Contact them today to unlock your brand's potential. 817-803-4404. Fully Promoted, your success, their passion.
A lot of business owners have heard it too. Sometimes you have to invest more into a business is an investment, but also a family's investment.
True.
Your time, your energy, your upbringing of your kids. What do they see? What kind of, business owner / parent / father? Yeah, you're balancing and juggling a million things.
Yeah.
But during that time, in that moment, there's things at home that you said are worth gold too.
You bet.
And so that's when I was like, well, these things are worth gold. So I have to make sure that I want to be there for my kids and also help raise them the best way.
Yeah. Yeah. What are there some things that maybe you have put in place that protect that time now? I mean, I know, getting rid of a business has really helped you protect that time, right? But is there anything else, any tricks or tips that you could give maybe the young entrepreneur, young business owner, has some young kids growing up,
Just self-discipline. Just get a routine, an agenda, a time that works for you, your family, and your business. For example, my barber shop's open from 9 to 6. There's some mornings and days I start early, start to 8 or 7. And there's some days I'm leaving by 4 or 5.
Okay.
So, and the barbers sometimes will stay till 6, 6:30, 7. Yeah. But just fine. I mean, some of them don't have families. Some of them do have families, but
sure,
they can come and go as they want. But not fearing the factor of, okay, if I'm not here every day, something's going to happen. If I'm not here every day, we can't take every sale. If I'm not here present, and steadily training my mind to think it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
To take 2 weekends off a month, 3 weekends off a month. It's still going to succeed, And I realized it helped me step back, see the business from the exterior portions of having a balanced life, family and business made me happier, more content. I'd come to work more energized. I'd come to work more vigorous, more eager, more pumped.
Yeah.
Just taking a little breather every now and then, or just simply just being at home with the family. Obviously I'm at home sometimes still thinking of the business, but I'm just like, okay, well, I'm here. Tomorrow I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. And just being able to categorize, your time and say, you know what, if I'm not there, I'm not thinking about that. And I'm going to be present in the moment. How often do you feel that you work on the business versus working in the business? Right. I think that's a downfall to some business owners is they're always working in the business, but they never step back and start working on the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do both and have a balance of it. I'm my biggest culprit of being in the business. I'm that guy that owner wants to be, I lead by example.
Right.
I'm here cutting with the guys along the sides and the barbers, and I want to be the one that I still do this. I still do walk-ins. I still sweep floors. I still do. And I think a lot of it is obviously a factor that needs to be it. And then one thing is just also behind the scenes, what also am I doing for the business? Obviously promoting it, marketing, social media, possibly thinking things we can do as a group, things we can do with our customers. services. And the good thing about the barber shop is not too much to plan. It's simple. Keep it simple, a simple plan, a simple method.
Yeah.
And you're going to get majority results back and easy results versus I don't try to do a structural strategy of 10-tier thing. I try to do like 1 through 3. If I have a list, put 5 things on a list, let me scratch them off as I go per month.
Yeah.
And get it done, and then also be in the work environment with my barbers, but also think about, okay, next month I want to do this. I want to do that. I'll put it on my list or my notes on my phone. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All right. We're going to plan this. We're going to plan that. We're going to do this promo for them or for these, location and that cross promote.
Right.
And then just, that's how I've done it the last, 6 years in business. And each year goes by, I'm like, okay, well, it's working. It's to extent doing it.
Yeah.
And we're succeeding.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an end goal for your business?
I don't know about end goal. I hope the end goal is we can stay open as long as we can.
Sure.
Economy gets tough. And you and I both don't own the locations where we have our businesses.
Yep.
So it just depends on the market. If the market, I hope they don't, go up crazy amounts on lease and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But as my goal is do as best I can at the current location I am.
Yeah.
For one thing is now that I'm in Hudson Oaks and Park County area, I keep hearing, we can open over there.
Yeah.
We can open a location over there.
It's tempting.
It is very tempting.
Yeah, it's tempting.
And I tell my wife all the time, I know when we put our mind together to do something, we succeed.
Yeah.
And that's not to sound arrogant or cocky. We put it into effect and it'll happen.
Yeah.
And we have already a lot of clientele base that we've tapped into over there. So it could possibly be it. But not anytime soon. Just want to enjoy the moment of, because in January I sold the Burleson location.
Yeah.
And it's still currently a barbershop, but to just enjoy 1 year of, let me just think things real clear.
Yeah.
And then we'll see. But my end goal is just to stay open as long as I can, continue providing for our customers the best customer service they've had, and make a cool shop when they walk into it.
I'll tell you, I took a picture the other day and posted it up, said my barbershop's cooler than yours.
Yeah.
Not many barbershops has a pool table there.
Yeah.
And so
we enjoy it. I mean, there's the camaraderie at the shop. I mean, I see, local friends, family come in, and I made friends and family with other people as well. And it's like, hey, what's up, Donnie? Hey, what's up? Just calling each other by name. And hey, such and such said they'll pay you, free haircut if you beat them in the pool. And just, trash talk and stuff like that. And, that's the funnest thing about the barbershop is being in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
And just real relaxing and having someone come in that door and just like family, hey, what's up, Ben? What's up? And they just start saying what's up to our barbers.
Right.
And I tell owners, other owners, if you can create that environment in your business, a family-oriented business, a welcoming business, you're going to have referrals like crazy. And and we do get it. And then I always hear our customers says, I love when you come to the shop. I feel good. I feel welcomed. I feel that ease. I feel great. I feel at home.
Yeah. Hey, if you're all watching and listening, don't skim over what he just said. I mean, that right there, I think, is golden, right? If you can have customers come in and they feel like, you know what, I'm at home, these are my family, then that customer isn't just going to be a customer. They're going to be someone that's going to continue to, support your business, right? It's one thing to say, oh, here's money for services, but to have someone else that's like supporting your business when they're not with you, I think that's a whole different level of, customer experience that we can sort of thrive to and strive to, within our walls and our businesses, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah, it is. And I'm that type of person that if I can create, it's not if, it's when I create that culture in the shop.
Yeah.
It's going to be it. Because if it doesn't, you've been to other barbershops before you came to Founders, and it just was like the old typical head nod, or you got an appointment, or who are you with today?
Right.
Real monotone. Oh, okay, they'll be with you in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to easy as comfortable. Hey, how's it going, Donnie? What's going on?
Always, yeah.
You want something to drink? You good?
Yep.
How's it going? How you been? Busy?
Right.
Even if I have someone in my chair and I know someone that's walking in, just a simple 5 seconds to make them feel comfortable. And obviously if I'm going to service you and have you cut, be in the chair getting a haircut, then I'm going to all right, well, I'm going to talk to him about this and this and that, and how's the family doing, how's the kids doing, how's the business going, how's it.
Right.
I always find anything to common ground and talk to my clients about, and then once you build that, that connection of, okay, well, this guy cares and he actually cares about me and my family.
Yeah.
They come back and they love the services, and I've been cutting some people in the community for 6+ years, 7+ years. And some have followed me from my first location where I didn't even own. I used to work at the barber shop there.
Okay.
And I've seen them grow up. I mean, I've been cutting some for 8 years, 7 years. Like, wow, man, you're already in high school. It's crazy. I was cutting you when you're 7. You're already 14 and 15 already.
Yeah.
You're driving. I just can't believe it. But,
yeah. Yeah. And then, long term, that, teenager gets a family. Well, they're connected to that barber shop. And guess what? This is where we're going to go, because it's where dad went or mom, takes us, and this is it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. If it's customer referrals or word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's the oldest thing in the book, but it works. If anytime someone goes to family function, a gathering, or get together, we're looking for a new barbershop, such and such. We went over here. We just didn't like it. I'm like, oh, well, go to Founders. They're always going to say or recommend where they go.
Oh, yeah.
And then from there, I mean, just word of mouth keeps spreading. And then before you know it, like, this is my spot.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I really like coming here.
Yeah, I think culture trumps any kind of marketing strategy or anything any day of the week. If you focus on that culture within your walls and the connection you have and just that culture that you provide for people, I think that right there will trump any kind of tactic that you can come up with.
Absolutely. Definitely will.
Yeah. So anyway, I appreciate the culture. That's what keeps me coming back, and I love it. And yeah, I feel like home whenever I'm in there, and my kids go there, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So no, thank you for sharing that. We're getting close to the end of the podcast, right? Whew, we made it.
That's quick.
Yeah. Usually what I say is those that are listening, right, are typically my wife or your wife. But anyway, so let's talk about maybe something that maybe someone doesn't know about you, right? Maybe some funny story that's like, what?
Funny story. I'm trying to think. Business, pre-business,
whatever.
Whatever.
How about this? Who's the most famous person you've ever cut their hair or been in the shop?
Okay.
So those stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple of celebrities come in.
Okay.
One was Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'll be dang.
And I didn't cut him personally.
Yeah, sure.
But he sent a message to our Instagram and one of the Instagram of the barbers.
Yeah.
And said, hey, can you, I'm in town for this photo shoot. And the barber told me, hey, such and such just hit me up. Jalen Hurts hit me up for a haircut. What should I do? I said, get him in.
Yeah, come on now.
And he rearranged his schedule.
Yeah.
To get him in, accommodate him, and took care of him.
That's cool.
This is when I owned both locations. So the first time he came in was during like a weekday, mid-afternoon. I wasn't there. I was at the Burleson location.
Okay.
But he came in, got his service. No one recognized him besides one kid. This was his second year in the NFL. So second year, which, I don't know my exact year, but one kid recognized him. I guess the kid was sitting across from the barber that was getting service from Jalen Hurts was sitting. And he goes, hey, Mom, I think that's Jalen Hurts. And they're like, what? But we got, I told the barber, get a group picture.
Yeah.
Get a group picture of him, free publicity if he's okay with it.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, sure. And then he made another appointment real early, and in the morning I cut his hair as well. I mean, I didn't cut his hair as well then, but he liked the barber that cut the hair. Yeah. And I got to talk to him. He's really cool, down-to-earth guy. Yeah. But one person I've cut personally in the community, Fort Worth, is Paulie Ayala. And he is a two-time world champ back in the 90s. He owns his own gym. He has a really good foundation of boxing foundation for punching with Parkinson's, I believe is what it's called. Wow. Like a charity service. He's a really cool guy to talk to, pick his brain, and just, I've been very thankful that I've gotten a lot of the humble celebrities. Yeah. Yeah. Real, down to earth. Down to earth. No, snobbiness, no know-it-alls, no, who's the best barber here? I need their haircut. Right. And then another one with Joshua Ward, a country music singer. He came in and got a service, and again, down to earth guy. And but every time I've had celebrities, I'm not that type to get starstruck. You know, maybe if I meet my favorite celebrity, maybe I will meet one day. But
who's your favorite celebrity?
I guess I'll say Sylvester Stallone.
Okay. Hey, if anybody knows Sylvester Stallone, let's get him into the Founders. Okay, in Fort Worth. Boom, there's the drop. There you go. All right, so someone tag him, get him in. If he's ever in Fort Worth, we're going to get him in the Founders.
I'm a Rocky fan, Rocky guy.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate and blessed to see some people come in our shop. But like I was telling you, like if you're a celebrity, if you're a athlete, or if you're just average Joe, my treatment's still going to be the same because to me, it's like we're all humans. We all live in this world.
Yep.
We're all doing the motions of staying alive and being in this world successful.
Everybody has two legs and your butt faces the ground. Well, then there you go.
There you go. So that's that type of person that I'm trying to be as best I can.
Yeah. Yeah. No, appreciate that. Okay. Well, one thing I do want to do a plug in is your products, your beard products and stuff, right? So that's something that you can ship out anywhere in the U.S. Or I guess outside the U.S. as well too.
I've shipped out as well to Mexico as well.
Oh, okay. So tell us a little bit about that. How did that part of your business come about?
Oh, so it's beard products, beard line. In 2020, my wife was into candle making.
Okay.
And I had this guy that was making some really good beard balms, beard oils, washes for us. And he was out of Waco, and he stopped making them after COVID. Just like a lot of small businesses stopped after COVID. And my wife's like, hey, I have stuff to make it. Like, what do you mean you have stuff? Like, well, I ordered this, little heat burner and this pod and these different containers to make wax products. And I'm like, well, you think we could do like a beard balm? She goes, yeah, I mean, we can YouTube, do some research on a good baseline formula that would work. And I was like, but I really like this guy's stuff. Well, she's like, bring it here. Let's see what he used. And my wife, thankfully, is more chemist than I am. She's like, oh yeah, this is, beeswax and, all the stuff where I order some of the wax products they also have. So let's start ordering. Let's see what happens. So we ordered some things and we started doing balms first and beard oils and just trying to see a good baseline, a good consistency to have in your hands. And me as a barber, like, no, this is too much wax. I think we got to redraw the formula. Like, oh no, this is too greasy. It feels like I put Crisco on my face. And just going through all the things that we try to find. And finally we got a good baseline. Like, I think this is work. And I would take it to the shop and try it, on customers and I'd, hey, try this on your beard next time. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. And they would, and I'd go tweak it. Like, I wish it was more lathery on the wash, or I wish it was more grippy on the beard balm. And I'm like, okay. So, me and my wife would talk about it. Like, well, I think we need to add this to it. I think we need to add that to it. And then we figured out a formula that was pretty good baseline. Yeah. And we really got a good sense with it. But it's Barba, MGP, BARBA, Latin root for beard. Okay. MGP, mensgroomingproducts.com. We're in 7 different locations right now that sell our product line, just local barbershops. And, sure. And that's another reason why I've been trying to also dedicate more time and energy to that. That itself, it's a whole job.
Oh, yeah.
Whole another beast that I'm little by little taking care of. Haven't dedicated my full time to it, but eventually I think I'm going to get more into it. Yeah. And that's another reason why I'm like, okay, downsizing to 1, 3 businesses to 2 businesses now. It's still 2 businesses can keep someone pretty busy. Oh, yeah. And so, we've had success, and we love hearing about our products. The one thing we love that I hear most is my wife loves this product. She loves the way I smell when I go out, or she loves the aroma of it. And I've had a lot of clients like, what cologne are you wearing? Like, no, it's not cologne. It's my beard balm or my beard oil and stuff like that. So, yeah, but if you could want to, we do wholesale too.
I was going to ask you if maybe another barbershop, sees this or whatever, can they reach out to you, wholesale accounts?
Yeah, we do wholesale. If you order 12 or more, you get it discounted, and then you can retail and mark it up to whatever price you want.
Yeah, very cool. All right, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on to the Biz Life, and I had a lot of fun. Enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me, Donnie. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, if y'all are watching, please like, subscribe, share out. Really does help the algorithm. And we'll see you next time on the Biz Life.